bienvenido a clase. Today we're doing Pasos 3C, and in this section it's about writing a postcard, an email, a letter to un amigo from where you are when you are de vacaciones. And a lot of Pasos focuses on what it's like when you are de vacaciones. So let's get started. Today, this section starts with ESTAR, which means to be. Let's have a good look at ser, which means to be, and estar, which means to be. ¿Dónde estás? Means where are you? You can imaginar that if you're on a mobile phone, somebody calls you, alguien, that's the word for somebody, alguien te llama, then they might ask, ¿Dónde estás? I think imagining contextos is really great for your learning. So what I'm going to do now to have a look at estar is to go through, and I want you to imaginar un contexto for each one of estas preguntas, each one of these questions. ¿Vale? Let's begin. ¿Dónde estoy? ¿Dónde estás? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde estamos? ¿Dónde estáis? ¿Dónde están? So that's all, todas las formas de estar en el presente. We use estar when we're saying where are you, ¿dónde estás? Because estar has to do with your location. We use ser when we're saying where are you from, because that's more like a definition, and we use ser for when we're describing things that are intrinsic and unchangeable about people. So where you're from, it could be argued, is unchangeable. So now I'd like to do the same ejercicio. Imagina un contexto for every one of these de estas preguntas. Are you ready? ¿De dónde soy? ¿De dónde eres? ¿De dónde es? ¿De dónde somos? ¿De dónde sois? ¿De dónde son? I hope it was useful to have a more detailed look at those dos verbos. Now, we are on página 40 of Pasos, and we're looking at actividad 10. So this is a really easy actividad. You are going to escuchar track pista 44, which is una conversación por teléfono. Have a listen, make sure you understand it. Pause the video to do that. And from la pista, you get la pronunciación, which is so useful. But to really aprender, to learn este español, es importante practicar con otros lugares. That means to practice with other places, lugares. So, what we're going to do, I've found some nombres de pueblos con nombres curiosos, which means strange, or nombres chistosos. Now, chistoso means funny, like as if cheese toast was funny. So, I'm going to put the name up here, and you can use it to substitute into el diálogo. So if I put on this name, par de rubias, and it sounds like a couple of blondes. Okay, rubia is blonde hair. So, par de rubias. So you would say, ¿Dónde estás? Estoy en par de rubias. ¿Dónde está par de rubias? And then I'll pop it on the map. You can say, está, let me just check, está cerca de Pontevedra en Galicia. Okay. And then you've got, ¿y tú? ¿Dónde estás? And you, where are you? Estoy en casa, estoy en trabajo, estoy en un hotel en Bermuda. Okay, I'll put some ideas up so that then you can practicar ese diálogo otra y otra vez. Okay, so we have peleas de abajo, which means, peleas means fights, and de abajo means from below, so fights from below, peleas de abajo, and you'll see that is cerca de Zamora in Castilla y León. Then we have los infiernos, which means the hells. Then we have Dios le guarde, God keep you, cerca de Salamanca en Castilla y León. We have cariño, which a lovely word. That means darling, which is cerca de La Coruña. And finalmente, we have pan crudo, which is cerca de Cuenca. Bien. Now I hope that you enjoyed having little imaginary conversations about where somebody is and enjoyed those chistosos nombres de los pueblos. Actividad 11 on página 41 has got a list of 4 instructions en español with no inglés to help you. So what I'm going to do is put una lista de palabras up here en inglés, and I'd like you to find those en español. So read the instructions, look for these words, and pause this video. Okay, let's go through them. Read, lee. Friend, amigo. Prepare, prepara. Make or do, haz. Compare, compara. Questions, preguntas. With, con, between, entre, and swap, cambia. This actividad, este curso, is designed to be done in class con una profesora. Now some of the classes aren't running. Soy tu profesora, but we need to adapt las actividades for just working con una persona. And I know that some people prefer to work solo or sola because they are independiente. Está bien. So we're not going to swap emails with a friend, claro que no. But we are going to read the emails and make questions a un amigo. So we're going to have a little diálogo entre el señor dedo de la derecha y el señor dedo de la izquierda. And and we are going to compare the difference between the emails. But first, we need to have a look at un poco más de vocabulario. What I'd like you to do is pause the video and read the two emails and then look for this vocabulary in those two emails. So it's the same activity, the same type of exercise, otra vez. Pause the video and look for this vocabulary. Muy bien. As you've read those two blue emails on página 41, you might have understood all of it, but let's just go through el vocabulario just to check. So here, aquí, border, frontera, there is or there are, hay, the beach, la playa, to or also or as well, también, town or village, pueblo, near, cerca, good, bueno or buena, buenos or buenas, the food, la comida, pretty, bonito or bonita, quiet, tranquilo. Remember, QU makes a K sound. Tranquilo. Hug. Un abrazo. In fact, this is your brazo. So, un abrazo is a hug. That's nice, isn't it? And finalmente, the wine. El vino. Or el vino. Bien. Now, the first instruction for Actividad 11 was to preparar unas preguntas. I would like you to pause the video and prepara unas preguntas. Bien. Now, I don't know what you've got, but what I would suggest, that there aren't any answers in this, because they think it's too easy to give answers in the answer key. But I would suggest, ¿dónde estás? ¿Dónde está? And then el nombre del pueblo, if we're going to have una conversación. ¿Cómo es? ¿Cómo es? And el nombre del pueblo, the name of the town. ¿Cómo es means what's it like? And finalmente, ¿qué hay? You know, ¿qué means what? ¿Qué? And hay means there is. Then, what I'd like you to do is to read el email de Miguel and try to memorizar los detalles, cierra, which means shut, cierra el libro and then conduct la conversación. Hola Miguel, ¿cómo estás? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y dónde estás? Estoy en el nombre del pueblo. ¿Dónde está? Está en cerca de la frontera con Francia, you know. So you've memorizado la información y vas a conversar en español as if you were Ana y Miguel, whichever way around it is. Bien, so you've got some work to do. Memorizar la información, usar esas preguntas y have that conversación en español. Pause the video and do that now, por favor. Muy bien, I hope you enjoyed la conversación. Ojalá que disfrutaste de la conversación. Ahora, la última parte de actividad 11 es que comparas las diferencias entre los emails. Entonces, I want to give you 3 words to use when you're making comparisons. Y means and. So you can say Miguel is on holiday, está de vacaciones, and Pilar is on holiday. And you can use that word también as well. Y Pilar está de vacaciones también. Okay? So, y and también. I'd also like to give you pero, which means but. So you can say Miguel is in the interior, but Pilar is at the beach. Okay, and you can also use the final word mientras que, and that means while. Okay, so we're going to use that for comparisons as well. Mientras que. So you can say el pueblo donde Miguel está es muy tranquilo, mientras que, and then la situación de Pilar. All right? Pause the video, write the sentences, and if you'd like to put them in the comments box so I can see them, that would be excellent. Or if you're more private, you can write to me, ruth@spanglishfantastico.com, with your comparisons. Okay, pause the video and write those now. Y finalmente, la última parte de la sección, actividad 12. They give you a rubric to escribir un email a un amigo. So they give you 4 preguntas, 4 preguntas útiles. La idea es bastante, which means quite, sencillo, which means simple. You can just answer the questions. A way to start the email could be Hola Roger, or you might want to put Dear, which is Querido Roger, or Querida Helen. And then estoy en, Anik, por ejemplo, es un pueblo bonito cerca de la frontera con Escocia. Es gótico. That's what a Spanish visitor said to me. Es gótico. Anik es gótico. Y tranquilo. If you want to say it's very, es muy tranquilo. If you want to say it's quite, es bastante tranquilo. Then you can say hay un castillo, hay un museo, y hay un polideportivo, which is a sports center. You can look up el vocabulario que necesitas. I do recommend, by the way, when you go on holiday to check out El Polideportivo. I like an indoor heated swimming pool myself. So, and then al final, un abrazo is a hug. It depends on you. You might not want to send a hug. You might want to send something more intimate, like un beso, which is a kiss, or you might want to just say greetings, which is saludos. Saludos, Ruth, and es el final. You know what to do. You can write your email in the comments of this video, or you can write to me, Ruth at SpanglishFantastico.com, and if I can get through the numbers, I will give you feedback on what you've written. Okay, muchas gracias for watching, for using my help to get you through the Pasos lessons. I hope that you find it useful and that it gives you more than just looking at the book on your own. If you do have a class that hasn't been able to open, please let the other people know that I'm doing these videos and that they can access them too. And I will be back soon with section 3D, which is directions, so it's really useful once again. Hasta pronto. Gracias for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, y nos vemos por la próxima clase. Adiós.